me to be working again with the great Colonel Bob Sheridan. I worked with him a couple of times in Australia on world title fights about a decade ago, but to be at ringside at the MGM Grand for this magnificent world title fight's an absolute honour.
Jeff looks very calm, but he always looks very calm. What do you think is going on behind his mind? I mean, you've been in this position before. What do you think? Is he nervous? Is he anxious?
I seriously think possibly one of the best thing that happened was the postponement, because Jeff at that stage was having weight problems. Since then he recruited a dietitian. He's in the best shape I've ever seen him. As you said, he's always remarkably calm, and I think it's legitimate calmness. Obviously he's going to have pre-fight nerves like everyone does, and if you don't have them, you're probably not human. But I think he's a very, very powerfully minded person. I think his trainer Glenn Rushton's got a lot to do with that, because Glenn is an extremely smart businessman and a trainer.
Yeah, financial guru, right?
Financial guru, but and a man who came from nothing himself and has made a lot of money. And when you look at these guys together, they're a very unbreakable, unbeatable team. Now, Terence Crawford, undoubtedly one of the greatest fighters in the world, but I think that the statistics that they pulled out,
Glenn Rushton had it memorized.
I'm going to read them to you now, and I think
it was 400 wins.
411 wins.
11 wins.
The fighters that Jeff Horn fought had 411 wins and 101 losses, and 11 of them were world ranked. Terence Crawford's opponents to date had 175 wins and 178 losses.
I'll agree with you, but he's fought some top caliber fighters like Ricky Burns. He's fought Gamboa.
Ricky Burns was past his best. Gamboa wobbled him more than once, and Gamboa's not the puncher that Jeff Horn is.
But he still came back and knocked him out, right?
Yeah, okay. And Gamboa, great fighter, great Cuban.
Cuban gold medalist. I mean, I don't want to take anything away from Crawford.
Undoubtedly, Crawford's rated the best pound-for-pound fighter in the division because he's brilliant. But I don't think he's fought a Jeff Horn. I watched his last 5 opponents. Ricky Burns went 12 rounds with him. I don't think Ricky Burns is the fighter that Jeff Horn is.
Yeah.
I don't think Ricky Burns has got the power that Jeff Horn has. And the thing about Jeff Horn that makes him different is he's unpredictable.
Do you think that worries Terence? Because, unpredictability is massive, right? And then he's this big, sturdy, rugged, mauling fighter, right? He mauled Pacquiao. Do you think Terence is a little bit sort of has lingering doubts about Horn, like how he's going to deal with him?
I think they make out as though they've got no problem at all, and it's going to be a cakewalk.
Yeah.
And that's, I've fought Americans before, and I fought Al Carter in Melbourne, and they came over there with 23 knockouts and 24 fights, 19 straight in his last 19 straight by knockout, and they just treated me with total disdain.
Yeah.
And I was a bit like Jeff, and I beat him, and I think Jeff will do the same. Yeah. Us Australians, when the chips are down, we come through. And I don't think Jeff Horn's worried one bit. And Terence, he's got a reason to be as confident and as flamboyant as he is, but he's never fought someone like Jeff Horn. He's never fought a tough Aussie.
Why do you think Jeff put himself down a bit? Like, he sort of recognized what people saying. He said, people think of me as the fraud of the division. Why do you think he let that? Why did you think? Was he purposely putting himself down just to try and get into his mind a little bit, just to say, okay, this is what people say, just watch.
So much of boxing is mental.
Yeah.
It's probably more mental than psychological and physical in a lot of things. But I don't think anything's going to bother Jeff, to be honest.
Yeah.
He might say those things because, some of this, the stuff that Teddy Atlas said after beating Manny Pacquiao was embarrassing. And it's
out of line, unprofessional.
It's out of line. It's sour grapes. And if Jeff wins this fight and does what,
that's it. It's certified, right?
It certifies it in a big way. And I really think he's every chance of causing a massive upset. And it's going to be a pleasure to sit ringside. I think it's going to be some hell of a fight.
Yeah, I think the bookmakers have got it quite wrong. Like, at least the odds are quite off.
Yep. I agree.
So let's see. Maybe we might witness some magic in the ring. See a boxer from Australia become one of the greatest in the world.
But undoubtedly, it's as a young boy growing up, my idol were Lionel Rose and Johnny Famechon. And Lionel Rose went to Japan and beat Fighting Harada, who the only person he'd ever beat him was at that stage was the great Ida Jofra, and he was like probably the best pound for pound bantamweight in the world. And Lionel Rose went over there at 19 and won the world title off him in Japan. Johnny Famechon about a year later went and might have been actually before went and beat the great Jose Legra, who had about 118 wins and a couple of losses, and they called him the mini Muhammad Ali. Johnny Famechon went over there as a huge underdog and beat him at the Albert Hall in the United Kingdom. We're good at doing it. So Jeff Fennick beat Azuma Nelson at the Mandalay Bay and didn't get the decision. He got a draw. So we're good at doing it, us Aussies, so we're going to do it again.
Do you think Floyd is taking note? Like, do you think Floyd Mayweather's watching and he's like, maybe I could beat Jeff? Do you think so? I don't know.
Look,
because he might come out of retirement because he might think Jeff is easy work.
He might, but he'd be wrong there too.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Floyd Mayweather, and I've never met the man personally, but I commentated the 1996 Olympics. I saw his last loss. He was robbed blind. He should have been the gold medalist, and there was a lot of great fighters that came out of that Olympics. But I said, this kid is going to go on to greatness, and he's never been beaten since. I've never met him face to face, but I've always been a huge Floyd Mayweather fan.
If you spotted Floyd,
I don't want to see him make a comeback. I wasn't impressed with the Conor McGregor. What can I call it?
But he might want to face someone that's beaten Pacquiao, right? He might want that on his record.
He might want to, but how long can you keep doing it? He didn't look like the man that had the reflexes he did against Conor McGregor, even though he just did what he wanted. But what does Floyd have to prove? He's one of the greatest in history for sure. And I predicted that in 1996.
Listen,
I don't want to see him come back again.
If you
Especially I don't want to see him come back and fight our boy.
If you spotted, talent in Floyd Mayweather at that stage, then you probably know what you're looking at when you see Jeff Vaughn, right? You probably recognize talent when you see it. So,
well, if I don't recognise talent when I see it, I don't think anyone does, because I've been in this business since I was 13, and I've seen thousands of fights live, and fought 60 professional fights myself. So I do think I know a bit about it.
Barry, thanks for your time. And hopefully your prediction comes right. Thank you.
So do I. Thanks very much.